Here, if we have a look at the properties section and we see different attributes to this scroller, there is a value, a drop down known as scroller. If you scroll it down, you would see the text what is available over here, in which we can set the speed of it, we can set the font size of it, we can set the color, text coloring if there is, and you can set what text color do we want to view it as. So accordingly we can change it. We can change the font size to 25. It will be in different size. We can make it as 40. It would be in different size. We can change the speed of the scroller to or 0. This means not moving. -1, it doesn't come up. 1 means it starts. 50, it runs. 20, it's still fast. 5. So ideally a speed up till 10 is something what we can make use of over here. We can change the text, like I said, Power BI demo. So it will show that. I don't like the speed too much, so I change it to Power BI. And this is something, a good scroll, a good way to catch attention of your end users. The imported visual by default will always keep appearing on your Power BI desktop. Going forward, you don't have to import any new visuals. So overall, we saw for this particular visual, there are two ways in which we can import the visual. One is by directly Power BI desktop bringing it onto the visualization pane, or you yourself can get it downloaded from the marketplace using the internet and then import it into this Power BI desktop. A longer way, and it can also have some inconsistencies if the visual is updated by the time you import it into the system. So the recommended way would always be import from marketplace, and then less recommended way would be import from a file. And once in a while, if you are done with using the visual, you can always delete a custom visual from your desktop. So these are certain things what we can make use of today. So what it says is visual has two source of text field buckets or custom text that can be set from using formatting pane. Custom text can be used only when category field bucket is set, right? And because at least one field should be set for the visual even if the field is not used. So because Power BI has a restriction of using a particular field to get the visualization running, you should set one particular dummy category, one column mapped to that visualization for it to work. When the text from the dataset is used, category and current value field buckets are required to be set, and various settings make it possible to control the speed. So we did have a look at this. We did have a look at this as well. We can still have a look at here. There are values, category, absolute measure, deviation. These are the values what we will have to fill in, right? If you don't select this, the visualization do not work. Although this is not being used, properties are set here with the help of this, and basis this it will work. And when the text from dataset is used, category and current value field are required to be set. Categories and current values. So where are the categories and where are the current values? So if this is the category and this is the current value. So if you want to do something of this sort, you can do this as well, right? So you can have category and current value. If you are trying to use these two, what you could do is you can select them and they keep showing it one after the other for all the values. A very creative and amazing way to get this captured. Let's have a look at an advanced feature. We can also compare it. Has it increased or decreased? Measure the deviation, right? So if this has gone down, this has gone up, it indicates the deviation as well. So change, is it positive or a negative? So if we have a look at the table over here, we'll come to know what does it have. So if the positive values are shown, it would be an upward sign. If a negative value is shown, it shows a negative sign. So typically this would be stock quotes, what you look in your web as well as television, it follows a similar pattern of displaying the content. It shows the rise and the fall, and along with the color codes, which you can obviously set in your scroller, right? Background, general border, visualization, etc. So status of this is colored. So if I go here, font size, everything is set, color is set, background is off, visualization header is on, generalization is also present, and sum is being shown. It is showing the change as well as a sum. This in turn will give you a good understanding of a visual. Similarly, let's have a look at, now going back to Power BI, what all different values or visualization are available for us to get a hang of it. Let's go back at the app source. So this is one of a pretty important visualization tool. Power BI visuals is what we want to look at. Funnel plot. Let's have a look at PDF viewer, a very interesting looking app visualization which utilizes PDF.js to display PDF documents from base64 screen. Okay, so let's have a look at it, and although it seems a very popular one, let's see how and why people are using this. Again, we'll go to the screen. We will not download it here to use, just try a sample before you think of downloading something. Evaluate its usage and only then try to download. A very positive step by Microsoft in this front. That means that allows you to try before you even download. Let's wait for this to open up, and once it's in, we'll take it from there. Brilliant. It's loading. Here we are. So many examples for us to view. So this is a PDF which it is getting asked, right? Let's see what does it need. Brilliant. This is a PDF which is getting loaded in our Power BI desktop. It allows you to view different PDFs. There are two PDFs given over here. From where are these PDFs being picked up? Let's have a look at this. Okay. So this is the part 1, part 2, part 3, and this is base 64. Okay. All right. So this is the column name, is what base 64 encoded PDFs are being used. So there are no new URLs, but if you have a PDF saved in your database in the base 64 format, then you can probably import it and have a visual developed for it as well. It has internal paging, and you can zoom in, you can zoom out as well. So this is a very interesting way of looking at the different formats of data in your database. This is also another PDF looking. This sample page contains a table of invoice data, and PDF visual is used to display the individual visual as a tooltip. Okay, example to tooltip. Okay, we select this, and now we move to here. Okay, example to drill down. This is what it looks like. Brilliant. So what does it have over here in this field? If I click on it, it has a base 64 of an example 2, and basis that PDF is pulled and created out of base 64 encoded data. Great. So this is another important way in which you can read a different kind of data from your database. Let's move forward. Let's have a look at highly popular ones. Let's have a look at KPI. Power BI visuals. There they are. Let's refresh this. Let's go to Power BI visuals. Okay, there we are. We are looking for Power BI visuals. Let's have a look at a KPI visual. What we see over here is The tick marked ones are the recommended ones by Microsoft. Let's have a look at KPI ticker by MAQ software and Power KPI matrix. Circle KPI gauge, dual KPI, a very interesting thing. Flying bricks, different implementation of the KPIs. Sunburn, KPI indicator, KPI icon, Power KPI. Anyways, we've considered it. All right, card, great. Let's start with KPI ticker. And how does it look? Let's have a look at this. All right, let's go and get it. At certain places, they do take your inputs. Please provide those accurate inputs so that you can download the KPI related information. This is MAQ LLC's developed. All right, let me just close. Okay. All right, let's start this. So what does this KPI do? KPI are key result areas, kind of a unique measure or unit which is tracked by anyone at a very high level to understand profit and loss, good or bad, the status of overall project or program or tasks in hand. So these are the different KPI trackers. Excuse me. All right. Here we are. Here, if we have a look at it, there is a KPI name, there is a change set name, and it would scroll as well. Again, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. It vertically scrolls based on what they are. Okay, these are getting scrolled. This is a new way of looking at things in Power BI. What is essentially take? This is what the delta looks like, reduced by so many points. Currently is this, earlier it was this was. Animation, let's have a look at what animation do there. Okay, you can have left to right scroll, top to bottom scroll, or blinking animation. Carousel and vertical stacking, this is how it works. Let's move right. They keep changing as per your time. And what are the different properties for this visual? Let's have a look at it. You can make carousel on, so that's there. Make carousel off, it won't come in that fashion. It moves into dimension. You can make turn on the dimension or turn off the dimension. You can set the duration as to 10 seconds or maybe 5 seconds for it to move. Okay, and then have a look at it. So this is after 5 seconds it moves. A very good way of doing. These are tips for using the probably the visual. So basically when you read a visual or import a visual, there are ways in which you can make use of these things. Please keep an eye on hints and tips section for every visual which you are going to download from your marketplace. This is a very handy tool in that sense.